This is David, VE3DVY. Here is a short video that will show you the basic operation of a station in the ARRL field day using N1MM logger contest logging software. This video is for anyone who has never attended a field day, anyone that has never used computer logging program, and those that are new to N1MM logger. I will discuss a few basics about field day. Basics on how to make a contact, including some of the contesting terminology. I will show you the N1MM log entry window, definition of some of the function keys and hotkeys, and show you some of the other windows that can be useful during field day. So what is field day? The first field day took place in 1933. Since then, it has grown to become North America's most popular on-air event in amateur radio. The purpose of this event is a training exercise and a demonstration of emergency preparedness in radio communications. It is also a social event with good food, some camping, a good chance to meet new people, a chance to demonstrate amateur radio to the public, an opportunity to try different radios, build new skills, provide a little competition as a contest, and last and most important, have fun. Field day operates primarily on standard HF bands of 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters, as well as the VHF and UHF bands. Most operation is in phone or CW. However, PSK and RTTY can also be used. Stations are generally set up using emergency power and located in a park or other public location that is not normally used for amateur radio. Before we look at the N1MM logging software, let's talk about some of the basic terms used in the contest. The exchange. In every contest, there is some basic information required that must be exchanged between the stations in a contact. Sometimes this includes RST signal report, serial number, county, age, ARRL/RAC section, etc. For field day, this exchange includes the operating class of your station and the ARRL/RAC section. Another common term used is run mode or search and pounce mode. Run mode is where your station calls CQ and then waits for another station to respond. In search and pounce mode, it is the other way around, where the operator tunes up and down the band searching for a station calling CQ, and then respond to their call. Search and pounce mode is easier for the newcomer to a contest, as it is more relaxed and you can take your time between QSOs. Dupes or duplicates. Once you have made contact with a particular station on a band and mode, there is no need to contact that station again on that same band and same mode. If you enter the station's call in N1MM logger that you have already contacted, it will alert you that it is a dupe. You still have the option of working him again, or just informing him that you have already worked him. The policy on this will be decided by the site coordinator. Let's talk about the contesting software. Dedicated contesting software, such as the N1MM logger, is intended to do one task hundreds of times over and to do it well with great reliability. Good contest software will only record essential information required by the contest using a simple and easy-to-use interface. By doing this, it will help the operator to achieve high scores by allowing for maximum contact rates while being easy to use. We will now have a look at N1MM's entry window. At first glance, it looks a little busy, but let's take a close look and you will see that it is actually easy to understand. Looking at each section, starting from the top, we will start with the title bar. Here you will see three pieces of information. First, the frequency that you are using. In the case of a transceiver that is connected to the computer, it will show the actual frequency on the transceiver. In some older radios that cannot be connected, it will show only the frequency at the start of the band, indicating the band that you are operating on. Next is the operating mode, either LSB, USB, CW, PSK, or RTTY. Then it will either show the type of radio that is connected, such as the Elecraft K3, or if the radio is not connected to the computer, it will say manual. Below the title bar is the menu bar. As an operator, there is nothing that you will need here, so I won't go into describing their functions. Next are the entry fields. Here is where you enter the required information for each of the contest QSOs. The call field is where you enter the call of the station you are working. Next, the class field for entering the operating class of the station worked. And the last is the section field. Notice that there is no place that you can add additional information, such as name or QTH. Since this is a contest, you only record the information that is required by the contest rules. Below that are some hotkey shortcuts. For field day, you only need to use the first one, wipe. This will clear all of the entry fields if you wish to clear them without logging the contact. Notice that the W is underlined. This is a hint that using the Control key and pressing W will do the same thing. The remaining buttons perform tasks using call spotting and packet clusters. Since this is not allowed in field day, there is no need to use them. Under the hotkey shortcuts, you will see function keys. If you are operating phone, these probably will be of little use. If you are going to operate CW, however, these keys are important. As you can see, they are labeled with the corresponding F key with a short title afterwards. For example, if you press F1 CQ, it will send a sequence of pre-programmed that we'll call CQ field day in Morse code. You also can see that there is a small green light with SP or RU in it. This indicates whether the program is in run mode or in search and pounce mode. This is not important when operating phone, and you need not concern yourself with which mode it is in so long as you are not using recorded messages and the function keys. But if operating CW, there are different sets of function keys depending on whether you are running or in search and pounce. Again, I will show the use of CW and the function keys in a separate video. Before we begin logging any QSOs, it is important to check that you are logging in the correct band and mode for scoring. The title bar shows what band and mode it is set to. If any changes need to be made, you can set the band by typing any frequency in kilohertz within the band you are going to operate. For example, for 80 meters you can type 3500. To change mode, you simply type CW in the call window for Morse code, or SSB in the call window to set sideband. Now let's demonstrate by doing a few QSOs. First, I will play Search and Pounce. I will tune looking for a station calling CQ, then answer him. I enter his call sign in the first field, then press the spacebar to advance to the class entry field. I enter his class, then again the spacebar to advance to the section field. Once the contact has been made, I press Enter to log the entry, and tune to find another station calling CQ.
CQ field day. Kilo Alpha 9 Oscar Romeo Mike. Kilo Alpha 9 Oscar Romeo Mike field day.
Victor Echo 3 Romeo Bravo.
Victor Echo 3 Romeo Bravo. 2 Alpha, Indiana.
Thank you. You are 3 Alpha, Ontario East.
QSL, thank you and good luck in the contact.
Now, I will show you an interesting feature of N1MM. Remember that I said you should use the spacebar to move to the next field? Here is why. If I enter a call sign that participated in last year's field day, it will automatically enter his class and section. N1MM has this information stored based on the results that were submitted last year. It is possible that their class has changed since last year, so N1MM automatically highlights it. If it is the same, you just hit spacebar to the next section field. But if it is different, you just type the new class. There is no need to delete or backspace over the old one, as it will erase automatically. The same goes for the section, but it is unlikely that the sections will change from last year. Now let's look at some of the other windows. N1MM can provide a lot of information to the operator. When at home in my station, my contest desktop looks something like this. A little busy, isn't it? For field day, we will keep things simple, so let's just close some of these windows. The initial field day setup will have just the entry window, the log window, and the info window. We have already covered the entry window, so I will show you the log window. This window will show the last several log entries made by all stations in our group during the contest. If you realize you have made a mistake, you can edit an entry by double-clicking on it. It will bring it up into the entry window to allow changes. Note, however, that you can only edit entries made by your station. The next window is the info window. It shows information about yours and other stations. This is the call or name of the current operator that is logged into the station. To log in as an operator, simply hold the control key and press O, and a window will open asking for your call. Simply type your call, or if you are an unlicensed operator, enter your first name. Here are some stats on the current operator that will show QSO rates, etc. Under that is a table showing the other stations that are connected. It includes the band and frequency they are operating, and the call of the current operator. The bottom is a message window. Operators can send messages to other stations, plus it shows some system messages. If having these windows is too busy, you can just click the X in the upper right corner to close them. This ends this part of the N1MM demo. I will see you at Field Day. If you have any questions or would like any assistance, I will be on site for the whole event, and the computers will be set up early where you can enter some practice QSOs before the contest starts. 73, this is VE3DVY.